Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. A couple months into my new exercise routine. It's going good so far. Things I noticed. One is that I've been trying to do a lot of heavy work, thinking that more heavier work, the better it's going to get. Except what I'm failing is I'm not letting my body rest. I had assumed that weekends, Saturday and Sunday, I can let my body rest and that's all it needed. But that failed. So now I took some advice off of YouTube from some people I watch, and I'm going to do alternating weeks of light and heavy work. So 1 week, really light weight exercises to let my body rest, and then the second week, heavier work. I've also noticed a lot more pain in my glute area, so I'm focusing on stretching my glutes and my legs, and I found some exercises for lacrosse balls to actually work the muscles, or work the muscles on the glutes, get them all nice and stretched out, loose. I have a tennis ball right now that I'm working with that. I do that once in the morning, once at night, along with my other stretches. It seems to be working good for now to actually get things loosened up. And I reintroduced my ice baths daily. After my race in September, I stopped doing the ice baths, mostly because I was doing a lot more heavier work. And I thought to myself, well, an ice bath and a nice shower are basically the same thing because you're just going into cold water, but they're not. I think mentally, the ice showers are a lot harder because you get that running water going against you. But I think the ice baths help to cool your core body down and really get into the muscles. Then after the bath, I go into the hot shower. The idea is to constrict the blood flow in your muscles and let that ice cold water go back into your core, and then you jump into the hot shower. It releases that blood flow faster and gets everything running smoother. That's the general idea of it. So I'm taking a lot of information from different places, like I mean, like YouTube channels and stuff, because I'm more of a visual learner than a reader. I'll take a lot from strongman, a lot from marathon runners that I watch, and a lot of this information is what they use to be the best. I just got to kind of find my own thing and see what works for me. And so far, the progression of figuring out what is not working and changing it to something that is working, that seems to actually be going a lot smoother. But I digress. To exercise today. Today is Bowflex pull down, followed by side bends, followed by, what am I doing? Oh, inside calf raises. Warm up. inside calf raise. So I learned a long time ago, and it actually works for me. I got pretty big calves because of that. Two things. One, every other day I work legs, either squat or calf. That works to get the more definition and the size in my legs. The calves, and specifically, I've learned a long time ago that there's three different muscle groups in the calf. So I work each muscle group individually. And I do that by pointing my toes a specific way. Point them outside, point them towards the front, and then point them towards the middle. It works the outside muscle, inside muscle, then the center muscle. Today is the inside, and keep forgetting, that's why I write it down. Inside, meaning I point my toes towards the inside, because that helps me to remember that's how I'm doing it. Not, oh, I'm working on the inside muscle, and then I accidentally do the outside. No. Which way are my toes pointing? My toes are going to be pointing towards the inside. Do the calf raises. Again, point my toes on the inside, and I'm isolating just that specific muscle group in that calf. one exercise circuit a week. I'm going to give a demonstration and explain what I'm actually doing. So today's Tuesday. Tuesdays are backs. More or less, I just kind of pick an exercise to do for a muscle group. I don't do the same thing every week. I have a set list, and I kind of I try to introduce new type of exercises into that muscle group because I get bored easily. I don't like doing the same thing. But I know the muscle group I want to focus on that day, and I do an exercise for that. Today is back, side abdominals, and calves. So I'm doing the Bowflex pull down because I have a Bowflex here. Pull downs. I started off with 50-pound weight just to warm up the exercise, and I'm doing light weights this week. So I'll do low weight, high rep because this is my rest week. So I do two different grips, a wide grip and then a closer grip. So I'll go back and forth. I'll do a wide grip. Take a seat, find a place for your legs to be comfortable. I like to put mine straight out and just pull them down so I get a nice stretch in the back and back up. So I find the wider grips, they're working more the outside of the back, and the closer grips, they're going to work more the center of the back, the upper back anyway. So my circuits, there's zero rest between three different exercises. I got the Bowflex pull down, now I'm going to the side bends. Very simple, very easy. Have fun, don't die.
I'm going to try not to. But honestly, if I don't feel any measurably better by noon, I'm going to come back home.
Okay. So, as you can see, I'm kind of putting my weight onto one side of my leg, and this is almost kind of like at an angle, more or less for just stability on the off leg. Starting center, straight, nice and tall. Put your hand wherever you want. Put it up here on top of your head, on your hip. I go back and forth between my hip and off to the side. Whatever feels comfortable, it doesn't matter. And I just go down until my hand is about where my knee is, and then back up. Doesn't have to be very far. Nice and slow. that's working a couple things. One, grip strength. You're holding on to that weight for that long. A lot of people don't agree with this because they can get hurt with it, especially in the back. I like this if you're trying to focus on your love handles right here. I've noticed doing the side bends, I'm getting a nice stretch on my muscles on the sides. It helps to really form those. And last, not least, standing inside calf raises. Again, without the bar, I'll just demonstrate. Pointing my toes on the inside, that's where I want my toes facing, because I'm going to be working that muscle group that's on the inside. So up, down. A lot of people will do this with height or another plate or something, so I can get a real nice deep stretch. I just don't like doing that. It doesn't feel good for me. So I just go from the ground and up. You can do this with or without weights. It doesn't really matter. I like to get a nice exercise in with my weights. So feet, toes pointed inwards, going up and down. So go up and kind of pause for a second, get that nice stretch and down. So usually I do like 50 or to 60 with the weights. Then I'll finish it off going all the way up to a total of 100 with just body weight. So 50. And you can put your hands on the bar for stabilization. I sometimes have to do that after I put the weight down. But I'll also put my palms upwards because I'm using this just as stabilization, not, trying to pull myself up with the bar. That's why you'll see me cross my arms like this or put them on my sides, because I'm really trying to just focus using my calf muscles instead of the rest of the body for this. Okay. And you'll notice too that I'll start off with the toes pointing inwards, and I gotta mentally be aware of where my toes are pointed, because as I'm working it, my toes want to naturally go back out to where they're comfortable and stable. So I gotta consciously be aware where my toes are pointed. I look down a couple of reps and be like, oh, they're slowly working out and moving back in. Yeah, both flex pull down. Last set, I went outside last time, now I'm going inside. Just because I don't do both flex pull down every single back day, so I try to work all of it, kind of the entire back muscle at the same time. So, down, legs up. And you can support your legs so you're actually using them to kind of push off as well. I like to put my heels up on top so I'm not focusing on my legs to do this, just my upper body and back. Down, chest, up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Same time, I'm pulling my elbows to the inside. 9, 10. I'm not letting them flop out like this. Pulling my elbows on the inside and focusing on my back. 15. And back in the stowed position. All right, side bends. All right. Again, not stopping for rest in between each exercise in the circuit. The point is to keep going, get your body used to continuously flowing and moving and keeping your heart rate up. So again, right side, weights on the right side, right arm, right leg stiff. The left leg, the offside, is kind of bent. It's just there for stabilization. Down to the knee and up. Ten. This isn't a fast movement. Nice and slow. Don't jerk your body. "45. My goal is 40. I did 45. Back this up so you can see everything. I sometimes curse myself because I have the set number about 40 where I'm going to, but start on my first side. I'm like, no, I got to keep pushing because I don't feel weak yet. I got more in the tank, so I do another 5. I actually paused at 40 on this side. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do 45. So you want to do the same amount of sets for each side. You don't really have to, but to get a good stretch, good exercise in, you really should. That, and I'm kind of like, retentively OCD when it comes to number sets. Like, I can't stop on an odd number. I have to stop on an even number, or else for some reason in my mind I just don't feel good. So, whatever. And I can stop on a 5 though. I don't know, it's strange. Anyway, calf raises again. Toes pointed on the inside, working the inside muscle of the calf. I sometimes lose count, but quite honestly, I don't really care because I go to muscle failure anyway. I try to. I'm trying to focus really on that calf and watch where my toes are pointed. So I got 50, I'm going 50 more. $30. I really try to reach for that, going up to the top of the tippy toe as you can. Really get that stretch. 40. And 50.